Hey there, blade fans. Welcome back to the Vosteed Knife Show with this old sword. Yeah, we've got a special edition today of the Vosteed Thunderbird, but I brought this one out first. You may recall this one in Damascus. I think we will call this stuff, right? Beautiful Thunderbird knife, and this in S35VN. Really upped their game for this one. It's upside down, but you can see it. A button lock, a pretty good size button lock with a pretty long-ish blade, about 3.5 inches. I guess it's not large, I'd call it medium. Good size. I'm going to back out a little bit. About that much, okay. So that is the previously issued Thunderbird. Got a nice go forward choil there and everything. Nice kind of fluted groove there, blood groove, whatever you want to call it. Fuller, yes, fuller. Yeah, it's early. Here's some fine jimping here. Well, we won't spend too much time on that one. And by the way, that did come in this typical steel box that you get from Vosteed with the typical pouch inside and a lot of different amenities we won't get into. But their products are well packaged. Let's put that there for, well, let's get it out of the picture because I'm going to need the room. Now, enter the, and I'm going to change the camera a little bit. I hate to do this in midstream, but I've got to. There we go. So I'm getting off the background there. Enter the special or exclusive edition, excuse me, from White Mountain, Vosteed Thunderbird. And this is one of two that I'm aware of. This one I chose is in aluminum silver anno. I'm a sucker for rock pattern, even though it comes and goes, and a lot of guys will not do rock patterns, custom makers anymore, because they say they're kind of déclassé, passé, all that kind of snobbery stuff. This is still a cool knife, and I really do. I recently got some custom fixed blades with a rock pattern on them, and from auxiliary manufacturing and so forth, and I really just love them. Ken Vahikate with Black Rock has been doing that rock pattern on his blades and handles for a long time, and I'm still drawn to those. But this is the button locking, aluminum handled, exclusive from White Mountain, coming in its own little coffin here with a beautiful rubber patch with Velcro on the back, and I think another patch that has walked away, a sticker actually. So that's kind of cool. That comes encased in this, so there's a lot spent on packaging with this guy. And it's coming in, I think, around 100.5, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's as high as 2. Listen, I'll put the links in the description. However, Justin at White Mountain tells me these are currently out of stock, and that's current as of the 15th of September 2023. He hopes to get some more from the manufacturer, but we'll see. Now, on the old one, there was weight relieving on the inside, and I am amazed to see the construction on this is interesting in that there is a steel hidden liner inside the aluminum. So these aren't completely aluminum all the way through. They're clad, if you will, kind of like the Damascus G10 was. Real interesting construction. There's a steel insert for the lock. This is their Trek lock, their name for the button lock. relatively easily closed. You know that I'm a big fan of like what Civivi's doing, where the button's not too proud, and if you push the pad of your thumb there accidentally, it won't unlock. And this one's just barely on that, kind of in that category. Closes easily, tiny little bit of stick, but I find 90% of the button locks that I have stick, and I've got quite a few of them now. Folded over clip, we won't call it deep carry because it leaves us about a 1/2 inch or so at the end of the knife, but they're flat-headed screws and it is inset. And there's your plate on the other side to switch it over. Three-way opening on this, at least three-way. Middle finger flick, thumb open, roll it open or flick it open. Yeah, you can flick it. Not the easiest position. I like them if they're a little further up, but this is kind of back a little bit. You can use that fuller. You can front flip it. I just hit my background. There we go. Front flip it, yes. And of course you can top flip it. That leaves us with kind of an odd shape on the tang of the knife. Little asymmetrical there, but definitely workable in the jimping. They didn't scrimp on it. It's nice fine file-like jimping, so you don't miss on that flip. Either with the front, you can almost roll it out, or with the back. You've got this very shallow, call it a finger choil, where you can choke up, and you've got lots of real estate here at the front of the handle. So yes, you can easily choke up with that knife. You can, if you want, use it this way. We've got a flat swedge and the fuller and the kind of teardrop, water drop opening hole there. And this one also comes in a blue with the aluminum handles. And let's take some measurements. Should be identical to the old 8 1/4 inches overall, 3 1/2 inch blade as I showed you on the G10 model, and blade thickness in millimeters, 2.7 millimeters, fairly thin blade stock. Should be 0.11, let's see. 0.10, okay. And getting an average here across the handle, 0.47, fairly thin. And the weight. So keeping in mind that we got a 3 1/2 inch blade, let's see if we get anywhere close to the magic ounce per inch. Wow, pretty close, 3.64 ounces on a 3 1/2 inch blade. Not bad at all. And the thing is, there's 154 cm steel on the new guy, on the exclusive, and S35VN on this one. I think they're coming in roughly about the same price. Not sure this one's still available, but they went a higher grade steel S35 on this one than the 154, but they did a lot more with the handle here, with the aluminum. Everything else is the same. The blade contour, the handle contour. It's a clone. And we've even got the weight relieving on the inside. Get the old light out once more. Yep. Very similar, if not identical, liners. And they are hidden liners, which is a beautiful thing. Really nice when they are able to do that. And lock's got more stick on this one. But, you know, it's going to vary from copy to copy. I don't think it's got anything to do with the aluminum, although it could. It's passing through there. Haven't lubed this one up. Some heavy KPL sometimes helps this. Some people will also tell you don't bother. You're just going to mess things up. But I've had pretty good success with putting a light amount of lube in that channel where the plunge lock goes. So that, again, is, they call that their Trek. And on all the Trek locks I've seen, they got their cross hatching there. Checkering, if you want to call it that. Yep, a light, medium-sized knife. And again, I will caution you to going out to White Mountain and expecting to see these there. Wait for restock, and since it's an exclusive, they're not anywhere else with this particular handle material. It is just exactly the same size as a Griptilian, although the Griptilian's a little taller in the handle. Got a little bit more to hang on to there if you like a thicker handle. And I know hiding here somewhere is the Rat 1. Yeah, here it is. Here's the Rat 1 for compare. And yep, it's going to be longer as we expected, about 3/4 of an inch longer overall. And blade about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch longer, somewhere in that range. I think this is a 3 3/4 inch blade. This is a 3 1/2 inch blade, so that would make logical sense. Just a beauty though. This is not raw aluminum. This is an anno sort of coating. You can see kind of a sparkle to it there. And that's fine. And with the silver, I like the silver because it shows off the stone, but so does the blue. I like it because should it begin to wear, and these high spots will be the first to wear if you're really using this guy, that's going to be aluminium is going to show through, but it's, guess what, going to be more or less the same color, so you're not going to really notice those wear spots. That's the Thunderbird, one of my favorite Vosteed designs, aside from the Gator series, which I love just because they're big. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon.